Another video based on some feedback I got after yesterday's video. So yesterday's video was how to wash your hands. It was, in fact, 11 minutes of how to wash your hands. So for those of you who don't know, I'm Dr. Michelle Fanninsteel, and I run a company called Dirigo Food Safety. I am a regulatory veterinarian, and I teach people how to start and scale their businesses so that they can provide us with all the food we actually want to eat. And as part of what I do, I teach people the things we all are talking about right now in terms of making sure we don't communicate disease, because it's incredibly important for food workers not to communicate disease to the food that we eat. It's actually like written into the law. So I am here doing a video series this weekend so that everybody can know what I teach my clients. You know, I came into regulatory medicine through the Army, and I learned all of this at taxpayer expense. And so I'm making all of these videos public. They're going to go up on our YouTube channel. And if you have any questions, by all means, feel free to post, and I'll be on here. I'll be asking questions. I am a subject matter expert in doing this, and I'm so happy to be able to share this information so that we can all protect ourselves. So yesterday we covered washing hands. Today we are going to cover how to keep your hands off of your face and some instances where that's not going to be avoided. Okay, and then tomorrow I'm going to actually talk about cleaning and sanitizing. Okay, I am actually accredited by a number of bodies associated with the government in how to teach people how to clean and sanitize. So that's tomorrow, so you'll want to tune in tomorrow for this. So today we're actually talking about not touching your face. So for those of you who don't know, we have this thing in the United States, and it's really everywhere in one form or another, called good manufacturing practices. And according to good manufacturing practices, when you're like making food or drugs or cosmetics or anything like that, you're not actually allowed to touch your face. And so there is a whole world of workers who washing your hands and touching your face is like a daily reality for hours and hours and hours a day. All right, and so I'm going to bring you some of the good practices that I teach them so that they can keep your food safe. So the first thing that I want to tell you is that your thoughts create your reality, all right? And if you are committed to not touching your face because your job depends on it, I assure you, you will learn to not touch your face. You will learn to withstand the discomfort that comes when you've got your hands on food and your nose itches. Okay. And so there is, I mean, like that's the first thing to know, is that your thoughts are going to create your reality, because your thoughts will generate a feeling. All right. And so say your nose itches. Right now, the side of my face itches. I have like super dry skin, and this side of my face itches. And I'm not scratching it because I'm here talking to you about not touching your face. That itch is an urgent, oh my God, it's like such an urge, right? And we want to scratch our face because it doesn't seem like it's going to hurt anything. But right now, that's what we need to not be doing. Okay, and the reason we're not touching our face is because our hands are dirty, right? And then we have portals into our body on our face. Our nose and our eyes and our mouth are all portals where bacteria and viruses can enter, okay? This is usually a feature, not a bug, okay? And we have lots and lots of protections against that. And it's, and those protections are our skin, it's our mucocutaneous junctions, it's the saliva in our mouth, and the tears in our eyes. Those are all protections against bacteria and viruses and fungi and other pathogens to get into our system. And that's great, and we really need that stuff there, okay? But here's what happens. The first thing that I want to talk to you about is reasons we touch our face. So the real reason you touch your face is because you have an urge to scratch an itch or touch something, or create, you know, like something hurts, or you've got something in your eye. You know, you have an urge. Like an urge is a feeling, all right, because you have a sensation on your face that you're touching. Your brain can override that. And I know that your brain can override that because if I tell you to take a deep breath and hold it, you can do that too. Well, guess what? Not scratching your face is the same thing. We have thousands and thousands of thoughts we think every day. And most of them we don't worry about. And most of the time when we're not in the middle of a viral outbreak, which I will point out, we're in the middle of a viral outbreak every year when we have flu season, okay? This coronavirus is just more concerning because we know less about it and it seems like the mortality rate is higher. But I promise you fewer people are getting sick as of right now. All right, and so when we talk about thoughts creating our reality, you can create the reality of not touching your face, right? I'm here on video. I have been on video now for 6 minutes and I haven't touched my face once. And there are a couple of reasons for that. And one is that I've been trained, okay? And I'm thinking about my hands and where my hands are and not where my face is, all right? So that's the first thing I want you to know is that you can think about where your hands are in relation to you. And if you feel like touching your face and you're out in public and your hands are not clean, I want you to think about keeping your hands where they actually are, all right? And I want you to think about just letting that urge pass to touch your face, okay? Now, that is a learned and learnable skill, but y'all learned how to walk, y'all learned how to ride a bicycle, and y'all failed learning how to do those, okay? So just tolerate your failure, and it's okay, all right? Not everybody is perfect about not touching their face. And the question is are you going to beat yourself up about it? Don't do that, because that would be worthless. Or are you going to arrange your world so it's not like that, all right? So here's how you arrange your world so that you give yourself the least opportunity to give in to the urge to touch your face, all right? We're not going to resist the urge. That's the other thing I want to tell you is don't resist the urge to touch your face. Just be with it, okay? It's like overeating and overdrinking that I teach. I can have the urge for a glass of wine and I can say, that's really interesting, all right? I can have the urge to eat a tomato, and for all you who know me, I'm fairly violently allergic to tomatoes. I get the urge to eat tomatoes, and I say, oh, look, there's the urge to eat tomatoes. I know what's gonna happen to me if I do. You can have the urge to scratch your face or touch your eyes and not do anything about it, okay? So the first thing I want you to do is think about where your hands are, and when you have the urge to touch your face, keep your hands where they are. We all learn this in surgery, okay? I learned this in surgery in vet school, and we all learn this when we are doing, when we're doing food production. Just keep your hands where they are. Think thoughts about keeping your hands where they are, okay? Next thing I want you to do, that's the first and best thing that you can do, okay? Next thing is, now is the time to tie your hair back, okay? Or get a haircut so your hair is not in your face. All of those little tiny pieces of hair, okay, that are in your face, I wear my hair down for a reason, okay? I can feel hairs on my cheeks right now, and that makes me want to do what? It makes me want to brush my hair out of my face. Well, you know what our hair does? It catches viruses and bacteria. Our hair is not clean, okay? I have goo in my hair, so it'll curl. It is especially not clean because of that, and it's much more likely to have the viruses and bacteria stick to it. So the more you touch your hair and then you touch your face, the dirtier your hands are, and the more urge you will have to touch your face. Next thing I want to talk about piercings, okay? I know we live in a world, I feel like I'm the only Gen Xer without like a facial piercing. The more facial piercings you have, the more likely you are to touch your face. The more you have disrupted the biome on your face, okay, and allowed an entry path for viruses and bacteria. If you have been thinking about giving up your facial piercings, now is a really excellent time to do it, all right? Save up your money, and when all of this has passed, go get tattoos. All the tattoos you want. This is what I tell people, right? And so just like in the hand washing video, I talked about not wearing rings, all right, wearing jewelry on your face it's just like habit for us to touch our face. And like, especially when you've got nose rings and tongue rings and lip studs and that sort of stuff, you produce a lot more saliva, which makes you like rub your mouth more. Like I'm talking about saliva and I want to rub my mouth, right? And so now's a really good time to reconsider whether or not you really desperately need to have that jewelry in your face. Okay, so think, kind of think about that. All right, let's talk about glasses and contacts. So y'all see me, I wear glasses. When you are putting your glasses on, you are actually touching your face. So your glasses need to be clean. Tomorrow, in tomorrow's video, I'm going to talk about how to clean and sanitize, and it's going to be things like glasses. No fancy equipment, I promise, okay? But I'm going to talk about how to clean and sanitize, phones, glasses, all that sort of stuff tomorrow, all right? Your phone touches your face. Your earbuds touch your face. There's so much that touches your face. You've got to just draw your reality into like 3 feet in front of you and know when something is crossing that barrier. Okay, that's what you got to think about. All right, and so if you need help with that urge, I like do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 exercise. Okay, what are 5 things you can see? What are 4 things you can hear? All right, what are 3 things that you can touch with your hands that are not your face? What are 2 things you can smell? And what's 1 thing you can taste? Okay, if you do that exercise while you have like an itch or whatever, everything, your urge is most likely to pass and you'll go on about your day, and you'll do it again when you get another urge in another minute, okay? Now let's talk about people who have to touch their face for the things that they do, all right? I want you to go back, and before you touch your face, I want you to watch yesterday's hand washing video. We always touch our face with as clean hands as we can. So say it's time to take out your contacts, all right? If you don't already know you're supposed to take out your contacts with clean hands, I'm not an ophthalmologist or an optometrist, but I will tell you, you're supposed to take out your contacts with clean hands, okay? I learned this from my sister-in-law. Shout out to Jen. All right, and so, actually I knew it beforehand, but you know what I mean. So you're gonna wash your hands, okay? Then you are going to take out your contacts in the manner prescribed by the person who gave you the contacts, who I assure you gave you all of these directions. Those are people who have to touch their face, all right? When you are taking your glasses on and off, you're gonna do the best you can. If you have reading glasses, okay, like I have reading glasses, do the best you can, okay? Make sure your reading glasses are clean. I'll talk about that tomorrow. And create the conditions where you're doing all of your reading, okay? And then when you're ready to put your reading glasses back on, do your best to wash your hands. This is, if you have Purell or you have alcohol around, spritz your hands, wash your hands with alcohol, and then put your glasses on. Because if you're washing your hands 10 times a day, your hands are clean. Because you're gonna wash them after you eat, after you drink, after you smoke, if anybody out there still smokes, after you put on makeup, like all of that sort of stuff. Anytime your hands come near your face, you should go wash them. All right, put your glasses on, go wash your hands, and then your hands are going to be clean enough for the next time you want to put your glasses on. That's when you use the Purell. All right, so I have just spent 13 minutes and 30 seconds not touching my face, and I counted, I had 6 different urges while I was talking to you to not touch my face. So your thoughts create your reality. If you want to have the reality of not touching your face, I just gave you all of the tools. Please, by all means, share this video. I'm Dr. Michelle Pfannenstiel from Dirigo Food Safety, and I would love your questions, and I will be back tomorrow with my favorite topic, cleaning and sanitizing. Bring your questions. I love you all. Bye-bye.